This is Arvin Vora, founder of Vora Method and author of The Equation for Excellence, How to Make Your Child Excel at Math. And in this video, I want to talk about what it's going to take to be amazing at math. That means if you're here for math training for your school classes, it means that you'll be able to get a super high score on your final exam in math, but study for 0 minutes for that exam. If you're here for the SAT or the GRE, GMAT, ACT, any other standardized test, it means that you're going to be able to get every single question right, know for sure that you got every single question right, and finish under time. That's what it means to be amazing at math at that level. But I want to tell you about a voice in your head, kind of like a devil on your shoulder, that's going to be there trying to stop you from being as good at math as you could be. And this devil on your shoulder, this voice in your head, this person, this character, this being is the source of all of your careless mistakes in math. He's the only reason you've ever made a careless mistake. He's the source of why you are not as good at math as you could be. It's this guy. And I'm going to introduce you to him in a second. But before we do that, I want to introduce to you what advanced math looks like. Here's what people think advanced math looks like. Got a bunch of symbols, a bunch of weird looking symbols. You got some Greek letters over here and this stuff. You got some curvy lines and, some more fancy looking symbols. This is what people think advanced math looks like. Super fancy. And some of you think that advanced math looks even more complicated looking than this. Why don't we take a look at what advanced math actually looks like? I'm going to show you the hardest math problem that has been solved in my lifetime. This math problem took the human race hundreds of years to try to figure out. Finally, somebody figured it out. It took him 35 years to figure out the solution to this problem. Here it is. Fermat's last theorem. And it says for integers such that n is greater than 2, the equation a to the n plus b to the n equals c to the n cannot be solved with positive integers a, b, and c. Let me explain what that means. Suppose that n is 3. So that means you have a to the third plus b to the third equals c to the third. There's no whole numbers that will work for a, b, and c. You couldn't make a like 3 and b 5 and c like 17. You can't pick. You could look at all the whole numbers in the whole world, put them in there. It won't work. And that's true if it's a to the 4 plus b to the 4 equals c to the 4, etc. Now, I know that sounds like a little bit hard, but I know some of you are thinking, wait a second. This is the hardest? This can't be the hardest. All you have is addition and exponents. Where's all the fancy weird symbols and the integrals and the weird looking square root type thing? Where's all the fancy stuff? Well, I hate to break it to you. Actually, no, I love to break it to you. That's not advanced math. That's maybe medium level math. Advanced math doesn't look advanced. Advanced math is just built on the basics. This is the hardest math problem that was solved in my life. This math problem made the person who solved it the most respected mathematician in the world. This problem. This is as hard as math. This is as hard as math can get right now and actually be solved. This is the hardest. It's not this, it's this. Now I wanted to introduce to you this evil spirit that's going to be sitting there giving you the worst advice he can possibly give you. But before I do that, I want to introduce you to a real person. This is the legendary Herschel Walker, world famous athlete, Heisman Trophy winner, professional football player, Olympian. I mean, as far as athletes go, the top of the top. And you're probably thinking, well, I know what kind of exercise he did. I bet some like real fancy stuff, complicated weights and all kinds of stuff. And he could, probably like was lifting like 600 pounds. And if somebody asks what he didn't do, you're like, well, I know what he didn't weigh. He didn't just like sit around doing push-ups and sit-ups like a little kid. Well, actually, he did sit around doing push-ups and sit-ups like a little kid. He focused on the basics. I want to tell you a story. He started out let's see if we can get to this section over here. He started out as a kind of overweight and not very strong athlete. And he told his coach that he wanted to get bigger and stronger and faster and be better at sports. And here's what the coach said. This was a coach who'd worked with his older siblings because, no coach it wouldn't make any sense for a coach to work with him because he just wasn't really athlete material at the time. Here's what the coach said: push-ups, sit-ups, sprints. That's it. That was the whole thing. When most teenagers start working out, they want to lift weights and do all that kind of stuff, and they don't want to do a bunch of like push-ups and sit-ups. Like that's for little kids, right? Push-ups, sit-ups, and sprints made Herschel Walker a world-famous athlete and an incredible athlete. By sticking to the basics, by sticking to the fundamentals, he became a much better athlete than many people who are doing all kinds of like fancy other things. He's also a mixed martial artist, Taekwondo 5th degree black belt. I mean, did all kinds of things. He was a very versatile athlete. Still is a very versatile athlete. So let's meet this evil spirit, the guy who's going to be there on your shoulder trying to make you not as good at math as you could be. I call him the egotistical, blundering dunce. See, he has a dunce cap over there. Here's his tagline. Here's his motto. He likes to say, I got it wrong. Also, this is too easy. Now you might say, whoa, wait. How could something be too easy if you got it wrong? If you got it wrong, it means it was too hard for you. That's why you got it wrong. If it was too easy, you would have gotten it right. And I've seen students who give in to the egotistical, blundering dunce voice in their head that will do 10 questions in a row, all wrong, totally wrong, nowhere close to right, not like something small, just totally wrong. And they'll say, yeah, I got this wrong. Also, this is too easy. Now, what's happening there? These aren't crazy people. These are hardworking people who are Bohr method. They're trying to get better at math. What happens over here? So I want to explain to you what happens psychologically so that you can be on your guard against it. The egotistical blundering dunce, when he looks at a math problem that involves some basic, he'll say, "Oh, these are things that I learned last year or years ago or in 6th grade or whatever." And so if I'm doing it now, it means that I'm inferior and weak. And so I can't be doing that. So I need to be doing something advanced. So this is too easy. I need to be doing something advanced. I can't be doing this easy stuff because I supposedly did this stuff before. Here's what the egotistical blundering dunce doesn't get. Being good at math is like being good at soccer. I mean, whether you're playing soccer as a professional soccer player or as a 4-year-old just learning to play soccer is still soccer. You get better at the same stuff. You get better at kicking a ball into a goal. As you get better at math, it's not like you're going to be doing some different thing. You're going to be getting better at multiplying, better at exponents, better at factoring, better at adding fractions, better at all those things. You do the same things. You just get better and better and better at it. That's what it means to be good at math. When the egotistical blundering dunce looks at something that's a fundamental, he says, "Oh, I don't want to do this. I need to be doing something that looks more like this nonsense." That's not. He wants to be doing this kind of stuff because he thinks this is what advanced math looks like. If you gave the egotistical blundering dunce this question, he would say this is too easy too. He would believe that the hardest math problem solved in my lifetime, by the most respected mathematician in the world, he would think that's too easy for him too, because it doesn't look like this. It just has like easy stuff like addition and exponents. Addition, exponents, multiplication, fractions, factoring. That's math. That's what math is actually made out of. So you need to shut this down, but you have to understand him first. He believes that if you're doing something basic, there's something wrong with you. That's wrong. If you're doing something basic, you're listening to the other voice in your head. I like to call him the analytical ninja. The analytical ninja knows one thing, which is a secret advanced technique, is the fundamentals. The better you are at the fundamentals, the better you are at math. And here's what happens to the egotistical blundering dunce. He's always making careless mistakes. He can't get a perfect score on the SAT ever. Why? He's going to make some stupid mistake. Why? Because the thing that he's making a mistake on, he doesn't think is important. He doesn't think factoring is important. He doesn't think multiplication is important. He doesn't think addition is important. He doesn't think fractions are important. He doesn't think exponents are important. So what happens? He gets exponent questions wrong and division questions wrong and fractions questions wrong. Or more likely, if there is a fraction step or a division step or an exponent step inside the problem, he gets that step wrong. And since there's one of those steps inside of every problem, he gets basically everything wrong. And then what he says after is he says, "Oh, that's because the SAT is stupid." The SAT is not stupid. The egotistical, blundering dunce is stupid. That's why you need to tell him to shut the hell up when he's trying to give you bad advice. If he's telling you, no, this is just basic, we shouldn't be doing basics, say, shut it, egotistical, blundering dunce. The basics is that's what's going to make you good at math. The basics make you good at math. So as you go through VOR method, as you're doing something, you go to a responsive worksheet, don't give in to the egotistical, blundering dunce. No. Be the analytical ninja. And remember, the advanced technique is the fundamentals. The better you get at the fundamentals, the better you're going to be at math. There's no such thing as something that is both too easy and you're getting it wrong. If you're getting it wrong, it's not too easy. You're getting it wrong. You need to work on that. Build up those skills. Work on those fundamentals. Get stronger at real math. Remember, this is as advanced as math can ever get. Get better at real math. And you're going to be incredible at math, whether it's school math or standardized test math.